Good morning. Eating disorders are a growing problem in our society with which many people need help with. When you are self-conscious, it means you're aware of yourself as an individual or of your own beings, actions, and thoughts. Most people feel useless, like they don't fit in. According to an international study by Dove, 1 in 5 women struggle with an eating disorder. 77% of girls consider themselves ugly, and advertisements like these, where the girl is photoshopped and airbrushed, make a negative impact on how they view themselves. To prove this point, I asked an Oakridge middle schooler, Bailey Spates, how she feels. She says she feels self-conscious when she looks in the mirror, but tries not to let it get to her. More girls struggle with self-image rather than guys, and more than a third of girls believe they aren't as good a daughter as girls with high self-esteem. There are 3 types of eating disorders. The first is bulimia nervosa. This is when an individual eats excessive amounts of food, then purges, making themselves vomit, or uses laxatives. The second is binge eating. This is when an individual eats excessive amounts of food, but doesn't purge. And the last is anorexia nervosa. This is when an individual believes they are fat even when they are dangerously thin, and restricts their eating to the point of starvation. Millions of Americans have suffered from eating disorders, and I have experienced this firsthand. My sister's name is Maddie, and she is actively struggling with an eating disorder that began in 2010. She was kept at Children's Medical Center in Dallas the summer of 2010. It was weird having to drive an hour to see my own sister, but I knew she was getting the help she needed. We went to visit her daily. She had family therapy, music therapy, art therapy, and one-on-one therapy. Every night we would go up to Children's to eat dinner with her. Some nights it took forever, but we knew sitting with her helped a lot. She was kept on a strict meal plan that she struggled with because of the amounts of food she had to consume. She stayed at the inpatient unit at the hospital for a while, and then began a program called Outpatient Therapy. This means she was allowed to leave the hospital, but had to return weekly for treatment. She followed a meal plan that she struggled with. Even though she struggled with this, she knew she was becoming on the right track. Now Maddie no longer needs to go to the hospital daily or even weekly, and is a healthy 17-year-old girl playing on the Oakridge basketball and softball teams. Many people reach out to anyone going through this. In my sister's case, we took her to the hospital because her organs weren't functioning properly because of the lack of nutrients. She couldn't do anything, she couldn't exercise or anything without becoming out of breath. My parents knew it was time to take her to the hospital. Many people call hotlines. Some reach out to parents or close friends. Whatever you choose, if you're struggling with an eating disorder, reach out for help. It's always the best option. Being more self-confident in the way you look and feel is the key to not developing an eating disorder. So be positive and look for the better side of things. After all you can be is yourself, right? Thank you.